Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2010. Hope y'all are having a great day. I'm just going to jump right into it. I haven't opened my 15-minute, my 4-hour chart for the cable, and I'm going to open up my 4-hour chart, and we're going to take a look at what our trend is. Now, you can see that our most recent trend change candle was back on the 2nd, just not too long ago. And since then, we haven't had any new trend change candles. Therefore, at the start of our day, we're only looking for short trades. Now, if I move my chart forward through today's action, you could see that we had a lot of bearish movement. There were no new trend change candles in the middle of our trading session. Therefore, the trend remained down, and we only looked for short trades the entire day. So it's pretty simple when the trend just stays the same during the day. And how it would be nice if just the trend would just stay in one direction, but unfortunately that's not what happened. So but today the trend was down and stayed down the entire day. So before I start my trading, I do want to take a look at my news events for the day, and you can go to babypips.com, click on the tools tab, and it automatically brings up the news events for the day. And just make sure it's on the correct day. Today is the 4th, and make sure that the time zone drop down bar is set to correct time zone, because you do want to have the right times for these news events, because that's really what we're looking for here. And we're looking for news that affects either the UK or the US, because that's the currency pair we're trading. So if you go under this currency column, you look for GBP or USD, and you can see at 4:30 we had a few GBP, which is the pound, reports there, and at 4:30 you can see we did have a few there. So I'm going to jot that time down. And if you scroll down, you'll see that at 10 a.m. we had a couple of US reports. So I'm just going to jot that down as well. And then you can see there's a few more, but they're outside of our trading time, so I'm not even going to worry about it. But 4:30 and 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, I'm jotting that down on my notepad. You can do the same thing, or you can set some kind of alert or alarm just to let you know when those news events are coming out, because you don't want to be in the markets when those reports come out. So basically I just jot it down so I know not to be in the market at those times. Alright, so now that I know when my news events are, I know I'm only looking for short trades, I can now begin my day. So I'm on my 15-minute chart, and I'm going to move my chart forward one candle at a time and kind of simulate what a day would look like and give you my thought process along the way, so that you can eventually start thinking how I think when I'm trading the system. And that's all you want to start thinking the way I think with, because any other thing you might get lost, but at least with this system you'll know that you're on the right track. So I'm moving my chart forward one candle at a time. Again, I'm looking for short trades, and here I get a crossover for a short trade. This is at 115. RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down, and MACD was positive on the previous candle and went to negative on this candle, so this is a valid entry. Again, this closes at 1:30. Our news event is until 4:30, so we have time here. So I would enter at the close of the candle, or as close to it as possible, and the close is at 52.32. Your stop will be at the most recent swing high at 52.64, and our nearest 0 or 50 level is at 5200. So that gives us about 32 pips of potential profit. So now I can just let my trade go, and I'm just watching it at this point, seeing what it does. And you can see that my target is hit at 315. It does make a clean break, so I'm just going to move my stop to 5200 and set my next target for 5150, and hopefully I can grab more pips. But in any case, I'm happy because my target is hit. And you can see on the next candle, I do get stopped out at my initial target at 5200. So no additional pips there, but still, again, it's a win, and I am happy with that. So I'm just jotting that on my record books and moving on. And here's the 4:30 candle there. So just continuing to watch what's going on. And here we get another crossover. This is at 7:30 a.m. Now RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down. MACD was positive on the previous candle and is losing value on this candle. So again, another good entry. Our news event isn't until 10, so we still have plenty of time here. So again, we'll enter at the close of this candle, or as close to it as possible. This one's at 5170. Our stop will be at the most recent swing high, which is at 5204. And our nearest 0 or 50 level is at 5150, which gives us about 20 pips of potential profit. And I'll just continue to move on. And here you can see that our target was hit. It got as low as 51.49, ended up closing at 51.51. So not a clean break here. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit, and I'll exit at the close of the candle at 51.51. And again, you know, it's another win, and I just jot that down in the record books and just continue to watch what else happens in the market. And you can see that the price did continue to move down. And in fact, here is the 10 o'clock candle right here, and it just continues to move down there. And there's noon, so that's the end of my trading day. So again, we got 2 trades, 2 wins, and unfortunately we didn't get huge gains. But again, for the wins, that's what we're really going for. That's why the Cowabunga has such a high win percentage, because we're just taking advantage of the trend and catching these moves. Hopefully we can get big ones, but if not, we're still okay with it. And today was an example of that. We got 2 small wins, which is great, so can't complain. Just mark that in the books, and that pretty much sums up today's action. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try my best to answer them. But that's it for today's update, and I will see you all in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.